Charles Hoskinson from Cardano just called out Ripple and Brad Garlinghouse, stating that the Clarity Act is a trash bill and is terrible for the crypto industry. However, because Brad Garlinghouse and Ripple are already grandfathered into this new crypto system, that it's okay, that they are no better than the bureaucratic banks that they started fighting against in the beginning. So I'm going to tell you right now, he's right. And he's right to be angry. He's very angry, basically turning around and saying that Brad Garlinghouse and Ripple are saying F the rest of crypto. We are good. And he's right to be angry. But if you've been following this channel for any amount of time, we have said this is going to happen. This should not be a surprise. From the very, very beginning, we said, or at least I said, the banks are going to win because it follows the golden rule. He who has the gold makes the rules. They weren't going to give up control over the currency. They weren't going to give up control over the money as without rolling tanks into the street. It just wasn't going to happen. And that's the realistic outlook of what we're looking at in crypto. It's a power struggle over money. So let's hear exactly what he had to say. I have it here for you.
And you're a security by default. You have to go beg, borrow, plead, and steal to get your way out of the security side. It's not a sustainable or good model. And then you got guys like Brad Garlinghouse come by like, well, we just got to have no bad bill instead of just no bill. No, you climbed up the ladder and you pulled the ladder up so no one else can climb up with you. That's not good regulation. That's the same oligarchy and nepotism that we all complained about with the banks. And because you're on the other side of the table, now it's good for you. So fuck all of us in the industry and all the small guys. We can't have a system where you start as a security by default. You'll never get liquidity. You'll never get listing. You'll never accumulate a user base. You can't fundraise. It just is a non-starter unless you're going to change securities law. But nobody wanted to change securities law. Then the other thing they did is they didn't want to change securities laws. So you know what they did? They made the CFTC the new SEC. And it's almost like that meme with Steve Buscemi or whatever his name is. He's got like the skateboards, like, hello, fellow kids. Like, hello, fellow people. I'm a crypto person now too. The CFTC is not set up to regulate cryptocurrency. So now you have to create a mini SEC in the CFTC because you don't like the SEC.
So he is angry. He is angry because it looks like the banks are going to get what they want. And this is what we've said from the beginning. Golden rule. He who has the gold makes the rules. If we thought that this was going to be anything other than what the banks wanted, people were, smoking that hopium a little bit. Now, I have a full interview here with Charles. It's 25 minutes. I'm not going to play the whole thing. You can follow me on X. It's at Longview Crypto. I did retweet this out for you. I'm not going to play the whole thing during the stream, but it's a 28-minute stream from Charles Hoskinson talking about some of the stuff that we have pulled up here for clips. He went on in a second video follow-up in regards to this. Here it is for you.
Security by default. And because it looks like XRP might get a pass and be one of the grandfathered in, including Cardano, in this whole process, I guess we just have to pass a horrific trash bill that makes everything a security by default, and it creates attack vectors through bureaucratic nonsense for the SEC to destroy all future American cryptocurrency projects. And also, there's nothing in this for DeFi. Nothing. Uniswap doesn't get anything. Prediction markets don't get anything. Armstrong can't even get his yield-bearing stablecoins. This is not a good bill. A security by default.
It's not a good bill for crypto firms, which is what we expected. We expected the banks to control this. At least I did. Anyone who thought otherwise just wasn't reading the tea leaves. To think that the banks and the governments were going to give up control over currency was a pipe dream to begin with.
This bill, as written, everything starts as a security. XRP starts as a security. Cardano starts as security. Ethereum starts as a security. All kinds of things there. Do you understand that an adversarial SEC, this is a fucking wet dream? You start as a security, all new cryptocurrency projects. The legacy ones like Cardano and Ethereum and XRP will likely be grandfathered in. Everybody else starts as a security, all new projects. And then rulemaking in a room with people, eventually the Democrats who are right now campaigning on all crypto is corruption, crypto equals Trump equals bad, will kick into effect. It'll take years to get through, and then these standards will come out. And instead of having Scary Gary rolling the dice with no law and ambiguity in a court that's favorable to us, they now have HR 3633 with no developer protections. They were stripped out. Everything starting as a security by default, and numerous procedural attack vectors to keep you as a security forever. So people, have a fact-based conversation. Read the bill. Start from source material, HR 3633. And just ask a question. If it starts as a security, what stops them from keeping it as a security forever? And are we really sure that we can trust that to rulemaking that has yet to happen by people who have yet to be appointed by agencies that spent the last 4 fucking years suing everybody and throwing everybody in prison? Honestly speaking, does that make any sense at all to you?
No, it doesn't. And like I said, he has every single right to be angry. As the bill stands right now, it is a trash bill for any new crypto that's coming onto the scene. It keeps them as a security, makes it difficult for them to start up, right? The projects that are already plugged in, right? The projects that are already plugged in with the DTCC, with BlackRock, with all these things, they're already grandfathered in because they're already starting, right? So that's what he's upset about. So for us as XRP holders, what does that mean? That means great news. That means we're grandfathered in and we're ready to go. It means that the legacy cryptos are going to be the ones that win. This is what people were afraid of with ETHgate and the fact that people were trying to keep it to 1, 2, 3 cryptos. But this is not new news. The same thing happened in telecom. The same thing happened in cloud computing. The same thing happened with the internet. It's always 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 winners, right? And everything else goes away. They all can't win. And me personally, I think he's butthurt that he's on the outside looking in because Cardano is not a major player in anything going on right now. They don't have major adoption with the government or with any banks or anything like that. I mean, they're definitely not on the level as things like XRP, CC, like these people that already have institutional projects underway in the banking sector. He's not one of them. So yeah, he's going to be left out because if say we do get a trash bill and say we do get a trash bill, it goes through, it's terrible for crypto. Say he's absolutely right. And these cryptos are grandfathered in. That means that the cryptos that are already partnered institutionally, that are already partnered in working with governments, CBDCs, that already have the infrastructure rails, that have already built everything out over the last decade, that means they are going to be positioned to win when this Clarity Act goes through.